All right, everybody. Katherine Hood here. I am with Jake Weeks. We are going to talk about HIIT or HIIT. I do want to give a disclosure really quickly. What we are not. Pretty much anything that we talk about today is just our tips, our suggestions, things or advice that we've experienced. Jake is obviously a personal trainer, has the training, the education, and can give a little bit more science background and offer his expertise. And that's why I enjoy doing these podcasts with him. But know that we are not doctors, we're not licensed nutritionists or dietitians. So what we say is what we say, and take it as it is. But I absolutely love having these talks with Jake and hashing out some topics that, maybe might be on your mind or something that you're thinking about. But Jake, do you want to tell us about you and your amazingness?
Oh, I'd love to go on and on about my amazingness. Thanks for that intro, Katherine.
Yeah.
I'm a personal trainer, been doing it for 15 years. You can reach me at fitandhappyclub.com. I give 2 free personal sessions. I'm not a researcher, but I do try to follow the latest research. HIIT training is a hit. For the last 10 or so years, it's been incorporated into every professional and collegiate athletic team there is. It's efficient. And that's probably the best thing about it, honestly, is how efficient it is, how quickly you can get a good workout, and also how unintimidating it can be to clients. It's a lot easier for them to work hard for a minute and then take a minute break than it is for them to work hard for 20 straight minutes, for instance. The science is pretty clear that you can get as good a workout going high intensity, alternating with medium intensity, as you can with just a more sustained high level intensity. And as far as VO2 max, as far as cardiovascular benefits, the evidence seems to be pointing to HIIT training being far better than sustained aerobic training. As far as fat loss or strength improvements, it's not as clear cut, but the cardiovascular benefits make it worth it alone. I like to use it because most of the clients I work with are training muscles and endurance, which is what most people want. They want to have a strong toned body, and they also want to be good on the inside. They want to feel good on the inside, have a good working heart and lungs, and have good energy. So since I like to do both those things, and it's hard to get a good cardiovascular workout while you're lifting for most people, you can get the heart rate up, but it's hard to get into those target heart rates where you're really going to see advantages. So for me, I'll interval train. I'll go from lifting for a minute to 2 minutes to something that's high aerobic for a minute or 2 minutes. And that's how most of my programs go generally, at least for the more intense parts. It's the most efficient way to work. I don't like to take breaks between sets anyway. I like to go superset from one thing to another. So to me, HIIT training just checks all the boxes. And it's really what I would recommend for most people, especially if you're having trouble getting motivation, because in 5 minutes, you can work hard for a minute and take a minute off and do 3 minutes and you can see improvements. Science is pretty clear. There's a famous 10-minute study where people only work in 10 minutes a day and seeing major improvements. What do you think? You use it yourself in your training? I mean, I don't know. Did you use a lot of cardio in between your sets, that kind of thing, when you were doing the bodybuilding, or is it?
I don't know. I'm kind of mixed. I do like a lot of variety. I will say that yesterday I went to Orange Theory, my first time ever checking that place out.
Fastest growing franchise in the world, I think, if not America.
It's incredible. I actually really, really enjoyed it. So I signed up where I go once a week. So it is pretty much that whole concept of this style of training. I was kind of surprised at my zone. I didn't stay in the orange zone very long. In fact, I was like,
he's even talking about, I get it. There's a zone, an orange zone.
There is an orange zone. That's what it's about. That's the secret sauce of Orange Theory, I think. But it was, I honestly, most of my workouts, if I had a choice, are slow, they're challenging, I focus on form. So what concerns me about that style, even though there's a personal trainer there that's coaching and watching, but it is a large group of people, but what concerns me is form. I'm really big about form, but HIIT in general is typically in a more of a a cardio setting, not a weightlifting, but they do incorporate that in there. So, it was quite, I don't know, I absolutely enjoyed it. So like I said, I signed up. I believe in the training integrated in your week, not necessarily every single workout. I love how you mentioned that you can, do this style of workout in a short period of time. So if you're an individual that is, short on time, only have 10, 15, 20 minutes a day to work out, this is ideal for you. As I said, mixing it up a little bit, maybe weights one day, HIIT another day, keeping it a variety. How do you feel about that?
I mean, that works good for you or someone like me who's working out 6 times a week or something. But when I see clients 2 or 3 times a week, we gotta, get all the boxes checked in that one workout. So I got to do the cardio, the fat burning, and the weight and the muscle building all in one. So that's why I really have to be as efficient as I can. And high intensity interval training definitely works for that. The thing that people need to know is like, it's so easy at home. Like I said, the science is clear. 10 1-minute intervals and you'll see significant gains. There's good science on just 3 to 5 minute sessions. You can expend all your energy in about 10 to 15 seconds. Like if you were at a full sprint or just kickboxing in the air or something. So even if you just went 20 seconds real hard in the air and took 30 seconds off, there's so many variations and you can fit it into your own schedule. And you don't have to do 1 minute or 30 seconds or 5 minutes. You can work around your endurance levels, the activities you're doing, what you like to do, your time frame, etc. So I think it should be a part of everyone's training regime, especially if you're limited on time.
One thing I notice about HIIT that I appreciate is doing it with someone else. I do really well when my daughter works out with me and we do some HIIT training on elliptical, where I set my phone, my timer up, and we'll do those bursts, 30 second, 1 minute, whatever, and then 1 minute off. It's just kind of like this cycle, and we do it until we can't do it anymore. And same with the Orange Theory. You're in a group, you have this energy, you have this heart monitor on you. Another one that I absolutely enjoy and incorporate once a week is spin classes. So it's kind of that same concept of, real fast bursts. It's typically in a spin class, it's like in the middle of the meat of the class, right in the center. They'll do some real high intensity spin. 30 seconds, minute, whatever it is. I don't know. I just get in the zone and it's pretty exciting. But for me to do HIIT training solo or by myself at home, I don't know. Occasionally I might do some jump rope or jumping jacks. Again, I don't like to be bored with my routine. I publish what I do workout wise every single day and who worked out today in the Power Up Basic Facebook group. You'll see. I mean, I'm an open book at what I do, but so that's, but I find that I like it in a group setting, and then personal trainer too, probably, someone yelling at me saying, hey, push harder, go faster, and having a clock and watching it.
Well, that's why the industry is so good. There's so much information. Anybody who's really wanting to can figure out how to work out without anyone around them, but people do need other people around for motivation. And it is tough to give your best intensity when no one else is there. I know that's true for me. If I go shoot hoops, I rarely am giving 100%, but the minute I have a game, I'm going 100%. So it does help to have people there if you're really doing any kind of high intensity training to support you.
Well, and that you make a huge point there. My fitness journey started off by having a personal trainer. And I think if I didn't have a personal trainer, I wouldn't be where I am. I know I wouldn't, in fact. So having someone that's skilled, trained, educated, knows everything, takes in all the information of an individual, what their lifestyle's like, what their health, what their goal is, and catering, a fitness routine around that, that's critical. Same with a health coach. My job is I help individuals curate and create a plan to organize their life, whether that be about nutrition or things around their house or creating habits or goals. I think both of us play a huge role in creating healthy lifestyles.
We do, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it helps too, just to have someone staring at you and in your mind judging you for your lack of effort.
No judgments. No. Yeah, I reflect back on having a personal trainer, and I remember being terrified of the weight room. I was mortified. I wouldn't go to the weight room, wouldn't even think about going to the weight room without someone with me in the very beginning. And now, I like go in there and it's like home to me. Move over. Are you done with those weights? I'm gonna, use them. But in the very beginning, I was absolutely terrified, and it probably was a good first 6 months. So it takes time. And how do you work with somebody that's afraid of the weight room?
Well, that's good that you're saying that because I'm sure there's a lot of people that work with both of us, especially you, who are pretty intimidated, especially because you got all those muscles and you do shows and stuff, so you are an expert around the weight room now. People know that.
But you break down those fears, right? You work with your clients, you find, and probably most of the time you find an environment that they're comfortable with, maybe that be at their home or maybe at a park, right?
That's what I do with my clients, primarily because it's hard to access a gym as a private mobile trainer. But once they start to feel comfortable with me in their home or park, they talk about going to gyms and how they feel more comfortable and confident. So it's our job.
Absolutely. So a question for you, do you work with anybody, like say online? Have you ever done that before?
No, I have offered it. I would love to work with people on webcam. I offer it for less, and obviously I charge for in person. I also offer workout plans for people if they're the type that are more self-motivated and don't need anybody there. But that's a new part of my business, and no, I haven't.
Well, let's expand on that. Let's do it.
For $25 a month, you can have a personal trainer design your programs for you, people.
That's cheap.
That is cheap.
That is cheap. Very cool. Well, great. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time, Jake, today to talk to me about this topic, and we'll have many more to go along with this. And I just commend you and look forward to speaking to you again. And if you guys have any questions, how do they contact you, Jake?
fitandhappyclub.com.
Very cool. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, thank you.
You've been a great host.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good day.